Good morning, students. I hope all are fine. And previously, under second year economics, we have studied the first important theory in the second chapter, that is demographic transition theory. Under demographic transition theory, you learn how a country passes through three stages. In the first stage, how birth rate and death rates both are high. Due to that, you find more population growth. And even in the second stage, birth rate remains same but death rate declines due to so many causes. Because of that, you may find more population growth. And even India also entered in the second stage of demographic transition theory in 1921. And in the third stage of demographic transition theory, both birth rate and death rates decline due to so many reasons. After observing this theory, you should understand what are the important reasons for low death rates and high birth rates in India. First of all, students, you have to understand what are the reasons for increasing population in any region, in any country, in any state. There are mainly three reasons for increasing population. The first important one is high birth rate, second reason is low death rate, and third important reason is immigration. What is immigration? You might have heard about migration. Migration means if some people go from your area to other area or other country, that is called migration. Immigration means if other people come to your area or your country or your state, that is called immigration. That means in your town, if the population is just 5,000 now, because of immigration, because of in order to get livelihood, some more people come and join, come and have their habitation in your area or in your town, the population of your town will increase. So these are the basic reasons for increasing in population, that what they have mentioned here. And for the last 5 or 6 decades in our country, birth rate has not declined. What are the reasons for not declining birth rates in our country? We have to find the reasons. Of course, it is one important question in the second chapter of our second year intermediate. And what are the reasons? Here, causes have been divided into two: economic factors and social factors contributed for high birth rate. What are the economic factors? Under economic factors, the first important one, predominance of agriculture. See, students, you learned that Indian economy is a agrarian economy. How do you say that Indian economy is agrarian economy? That more than 50% of the population still depend on agriculture. 50% of the population consider agriculture as their main occupation. Because of that, particularly India, with the country which actually is considered agrarian economy, in such economy, most of the people feel that the children are assets, not liable. They don't consider their children as a burden. Why? Because in order to take up more and more agricultural activities, in order to be agricultural laborers, they require more hands. So they consider, most of the people consider children as asset, not liability or not burden. So because of this reason, in our country for the last 5 decades, generally you may find more birth rates. This is the first reason. And second important one is slow urbanization process. What is second one? Slow urbanization process. Here they have mentioned the second important reason here. Slow urbanization process. The first important thing what you have to see, what is urbanization? Urbanization is nothing but growth of towns and cities. Growth of towns and cities is nothing but if population in a city or town continuously increase year by year, decade by decade, that is called urbanization. So more and more people should come from villages and they have to settle in urban areas. Then urbanization actually takes place. Urbanization is a social indicator of economic development. If urbanization grows, if urbanization increases, automatically that is considered as a good sign for economic development. What is the reason for this means the people generally who settle in towns and cities, their incomes are more compared to the people of villages. But the forces due to slow urbanization process in our country, more than 30% only people are actually living in towns and cities. More than 65% of the population still live in villages. But if you take the countries like Australia, most of the people, more than 90% of the people are living in towns and cities. Less than 10% of the people live in villages. That is a good sign. The, how it is a good sign? Because the people who are living in towns and cities, automatically their standard of living is high, their incomes are high. Unless they earn more incomes, they cannot stay in towns and cities. That's why it is a good indicator of economic development. But in our country, what happened? Due to slow urbanization process, the social forces have not been created, so it led to more birth rate. Understood? So whenever people come to towns and cities, automatically, in order to have better standard of living, better quality of life, they cut down, they reduce the family size. If they have large families, they cannot provide good food, nutritious food, good clothes, good education to their children. Automatically, the people will think about these qualities, so they cut down, they reduce the family size. But in India, what happened? The urbanization was slow. That is also one of the reasons for high birth rate in India. And third one is high incidence of poverty. Even you might have heard, you might have learned that nearly 20% of the population still live in poverty. Even according to our second year economics also, 19.59 they have given. 19.59% of the population in India lives in poverty. Generally, in poor families, the parents may consider children as asset. That they may consider children as income earners, and they try to meet their basic needs only. In order to meet their basic needs, they require more hands. If there are more hands, more incomes, what the poor people consider. So because of that poverty, also you may expect more birth rates in India. What happened in India? So these are the three reasons come under economic factors. The first one, predominance of agriculture, slow urbanization process, high incidence of poverty. All these are the important economic factors which contributed for high birth rates, particularly in India. Now, what are the social factors contributed for high birth rates in India? Means the first one is compulsory marriage. See, in our country, marriage is a religious social necessity. In our country, marriage is a religious and social necessity. Understand? And even they are telling that in India, by the age of 50, 5 out of 1,000 Indian women remain unmarried. Only 5 out of 1,000 Indian women remain unmarried. That means 995 women get married. So in that way, the marriage has become a universal obligation. So what parents feel that marriage is a social obligation which results in universality of marriages. So it is a social necessity. religious necessity. What all parents feel that. Even parents feel that that is their responsibility, that is their duty to go to get to make, particularly to make their daughters marriage. They have to complete that process of marriage. So that's why in case of social factors, particularly as marriage is a compulsory thing, particularly in India, but what Western countries feel. Western countries may not feel that marriage is a social necessity, marriage is a religious necessity. But in our country, as it is a traditional society, all feel that that is their responsibility to complete the marriage of their children. So, because of that also more marriages means more children. So, that is what happened in our country. That is the first important point. Second important reason is early marriage. So, in our country, not only marriages are compulsory, even those marriages are taking place at quite early age. Not only marriages are compulsory, even marriages are taking place at a quite early age. So that means if all people go, if women go for marriage at the age of 25 years, automatically the fertility rate will increase. The fertility rate will decrease, sorry. Fertility rate will decrease. But if women go for marriage at the age of 17, 18, 19, they get more time to give birth to new babies. So automatically the birth rate will increase in any country. So what happened in our country? Early marriages also one of the reasons for high birth rate. Next, religious beliefs and superstitions. See, the religious beliefs and superstitions also contribute for high birth rate. Particularly in some religions, the family planning is not a compulsory thing. Most of the religions, even in our country, even Hindu religion also, at the time of independence, they used to have more children, 8 children, 10 children, 12 children. And nowadays also in some religions, family planning is not there. They don't support family planning and they consider child is a gift of God. So because of these religious beliefs, their customs automatically which led to have more birth rate. So what they are explaining here. Next, joint family system. See, in our Indian society, you can find giant family system also. The family in which particularly young couple feel that the economic burden is they don't feel nurturing children, bringing up children is not economic burden. Why? Because that economic burden is transferred to the elders or income earners in the family. So if there are individual families, whenever the couples feel that the bringing up the children is economic necessity, economic burden, they don't go for more children. But in a giant family, the economic burden is transferred. It is actually taken by the income earners. So the young couples may not feel the nurturing or the taking care of children is not their burden. So because of that also, you may find more birth rates. And after that, illiteracy. So illiteracy is an important reason for high birth rate, particularly in India and in our country. See, the irrational attitude of women. The women don't have rational attitude. If women are educated, they have rational attitude. Why, what, when, which. Such questions they may pose themselves and they may not go for more children. But in India, because of illiteracy, because of low literacy among the women, which actually responsible for having irrational attitudes, which does not support to have small families, which led to large families. Because of that also, there are high birth rates. Okay, so rational, whenever they have rational attitude, automatically they may think about the advantages of small families, so they may not go for large families, but what is happening in India, because of that they are not actually recognizing the importance of, because of their irrational attitudes, because of their illiteracy, they are not recognizing the advantages of small family. They are going for large families. Small families, they are not recognizing advantages. And these are all come under social factors. Now let us see what are the causes for low death rates. Yes, students. So previously, what we learned, what are the causes for high birth rate? Those are economic factors and social factors. After understanding both social and economic factors, particularly causes for high birth rate, we should know what are the reasons for low death rates. Generally, in any country, whenever there is increase in the population, generally, there is increase in the population due to one reason is high birth rate and low death rate. So, we learned and we understood what are the reasons, which factors are responsible for high birth rate. Now, we should understand what are the reasons for low death rate. See, in our country, the first important one, control over famines. This is the first reason, control over famines. First of all, you have to understand what is famine. Generally, famine takes place because of lack of rainfall. Generally, in your area, if you do not have normal rainfall, you do not have growth of agricultural crops. Whenever crop failure takes place, there is no supply of food grains. Whenever there is no supply of food grains, automatically people cannot have food. Whenever people do not have food to eat, automatically people may die because of starvation, because of more hungry. The same thing happened even before independence also, even in the beginning days after independence also. That means before introducing green revolution in our country, you may find more starvation death. Once you read Bengal famine, what happened during Bengal famine? Thousands of people died because of lack of food to eat. So, in the beginning days of independence, that is from 1947 to 50, 55, 60, some people in some regions, people did not have food to eat. And before the even before independence also there was no food to eat, because of that more death rates actually take place. So that's why even the what are the reasons for low death rates means before independence and after independence a few years, uh, these because of those independence, because of those famines more death rates took place. But after this after this 1947, no, you don't find such, particularly after 1960s, whenever green revolution took place, no famine took place. We completely control such famines. The Indian government is ready to face any kind of famine because it has stored tons of food grains. People need not to die lack of food grains. So we have brought so many changes uh, through green revolution in our country. Sorry, now India is able to produce tons of food grains. Understood? So whenever we control completely such famines, there were no more death rates. Understood? So this is the first reason for low death rates in our country. So there were more death rates, but the death rates completely declined. Not completely, the death rate was declined. This is the first reason. Second one, control of epidemics. Epidemics in the sense, in case of cholera, smallpox, remain causes of epidemics. Remain causes of epidemic. Epidemic is nothing but if such kind of disease come, more and more people may die. But those epidemics were completely under control. See, for example, the smallpox was completely eradicated from our country. The cholera is now it is completely under control. Even if it comes, government knows which type of steps should be taken to control such a diseases. So in that way, in olden days, if such epidemics come, people, that is hundreds of people actually used to die. But now, if as there were no such epidemics, the death rates completely decline. And even in case of the incidence of malaria, incidence of tuberculosis also decline. Because of that also, death rates completely decline in our country. So that what we have to understand. Now, what are the other causes for the falling of or declining of death rates means that is spread of literacy and education. So literacy and education spread throughout the country. The literacy rate has been increased, and because of that, the women realized the advantages, the importance of small families. So completely, even they come to know the awareness which type of precautions should be taken if any disease come. Such because of such awareness, death rates decline, and medical facilities and awareness also expanded, and even government is supplying drinking water, and even improvement in nutritional status. All people are taking nowadays the nutritious food, and also improvement in sanitation, that is we are maintaining good cleanliness, and even agriculture development took place in terms of HYVP. HYVP means high yielding variety program, through which high yielding variety seeds have been created, through which it is possible to increase the food grain production. It is the result of Green Revolution in 1960s. So students, I hope you understood what are the reasons for low death rates in our country. Generally, when there is low death rates, more birth rates, automatically population increases. If there are more birth rates and also more death rates, population will not increase. But in our country, from 1921 onwards, what happened? The death rates declined slowly, birth rates remain high. Because of that, you may find more population growth in our country. So students, I hope you understood the causes for low death rates, and once again we will meet you with other topic. Thank you.